On behalf of the city, I'd like to welcome you all today as we celebrate the completion of this lovely mural. I don't know if any of you have seen it, but there's a video, a YouTube video, that Bob Miller actually posted on his Facebook page last night about how the mural came to be and people painting it. It's a time-lapse video. It takes about 5 minutes, so you definitely ought to check it out if you get a chance. I guess I'm going to introduce a couple of other people to speak. Before that, there's just a couple of pieces of business to take care of. There's water by the tree there if anyone is thirsty. After the performance, anybody who's been involved in the painting, and especially the Whitehorse family, we'd like to have you come up to the front here so we can grab a picture. And then we just have a few people to thank. First of all, Mark Frere, Sharon Kilfoy, and the amazing artists from Dane Arts, Mural Arts, who were instrumental in this. Thank you very much. Rhea Ewing, the artist who designed the image. She's right there. The Ho Chunk volunteer painters and the Whitehorse family. I think there's quite a few of them here. Rebecca Fox Blair and her students at MG21 who did a fantastic job with the painting. And Senior Center, Monona Senior Center, and community volunteer painters, including Gloria Welniak and Tony Nordness. Not sure if they're here or not. Hallman Lindsay for donating the paint. Old National Bank for contributing to the celebration. And finally, City Administrator April Little, who's been coordinating things on the city's end and has put in a lot of time on this. So, our first speaker will be someone everybody here probably knows pretty well, former Mayor Bob Miller, who's returned from Ireland just to tell us about the project. Bob?
Wow, what an improvement in mayors, I have to admit. So that was a smart move to get out of Dodge while the getting was good. I apologize for the goosebumps, but I'm covered. This is one of the happiest days in my 30 years in Monona, and I get emotional. I'm so proud of my city, and I'm so proud to be here as a part of this, and thank you so much, because once you're an old mayor, you're an old mayor. And to be invited back to participate in something that was so near and dear to me, to be part of Water, Land, and Sky today is so special, and to see this kind of turnout, one of truly the highlights of my life. So there's already been some thank yous, but I would be remiss because I've spent the last 6 months with some of these people who have become a part of my Monona family, and hopefully I'll continue in contact for months and years to come, even in Ireland. But some of the names have been mentioned. And then I've been asked to share a little bit of how this came to being, and others will explain the actual execution, but just the vision behind this. But I want to do a big shout out to my buddy Mark Frere. Mark and I have gone back several years, and when he got the job at Dane County Arts, right away he was like, Monona's got to get involved in the arts more. And, okay, I get it. And so we finally got down, well, let's get on with it. And I knew I had these walls sitting here. Now, admit it, how many of you never noticed this building ever? That has been here forever and ever, and you drove past every day and never saw it. And I said, I've got 2 walls that need some help. So Mark said, all right, let's do it. So I thank Mark. He introduced me to Sharon Kilfoy. Sharon is the director of the Mural Arts Project with Dane Arts. So I met with her, and she said, well, what do you want to do? And I said, I want to make something beautiful and memorable and honoring Monona. It's a city I love, and I'm leaving it, and I'd like to have a memory of this city. She said, no problem. And what do you want? I don't know, but I want it to be participatory, and I'd be lying if I wouldn't say I wanted water and honoring the native population. So could not be happier with that. Sharon said, not a problem, but we like to involve the community. And I said, that's a great idea. She said, do you have a school or whatever? And I thought, well, Rebecca Fox Blair at MG21. Let's just see. And so Sharon said in our meeting, when can we meet her? Well, let's see. Let's go up and see if we can get an appointment. We drove up on a Friday afternoon. Rebecca's teaching a class. I said, is there a chance we could set an appointment? Well, she sets her own schedule. You have to ask her. So we knocked on the classroom. She came out. We explained, first time she had met Sharon, what we wanted to do. We're in. Bring it on. We need a place. We're in. Bring it on. We need students. We're in. Bring it on. And I'm like, whoa, maybe this is meant to be. And from that meeting, I got to meet 5 and more of the most talented, incredible artists. Starting with, you've already heard about Rhea Ewing. This is her first project that she's done. So Rhea is back by the camera. Rhea and the team with Amita Roller. Amita produced the video that was referenced earlier. Alicia Reel, who's part of an amazing organization that I'm so happy to talk about called Wall Dogs. And they'll be up in Beaver Dam doing all kinds of murals at the end of the month. Sonia Sakaran and Amy Zaremba, who for the last 6 months I've had the honor and privilege of working with and seeing true artists and my kind of artists, starting with my first meeting with Sharon to, well, today they wash up really well. Because every meeting I was with them, they're covered in paint. And I'm like, my kind of artist. So a big thank you there. A brief, how did we get there? I explained meeting with Mark, said I had the walls, said, okay, we'll do it, but paint's not cheap, and this is a lot of walls to cover. So Nancy Glass and Stillwell, Nancy, right back here from Holman Lindsay, a friend for many years, has bailed me out of more nonprofit paint donations. Holman Lindsay stepped to the plate on this, so we got the paint. We still needed some dollars, and that's where I can't say enough about Monona City Council and your elected representatives. I had the privilege of serving 3 terms with an amazing council, including current mayor, Mary O'Connor. But as you know, if you followed the last few years with the mayor, he does dog parks, he does kind of things that are off the beaten path. And I thought, well, let's see if budgets are hard and we don't want to raise taxes and things. But we approached, thanks to Mark and the staff, approached the city council and said, here's what we would like to do for your community. Will you support us financially? Without hesitation. Yes, we're on board. Don't screw it up, Miller, but we're on board. And it's so nice when you have that kind of support. We did a public asking, because I wanted it to be community-based, as to what would you like to see for your Monona mural. I had my biases of what I was hoping for, but we have some polling software, and April Little and the city staff put a poll out, what would you like to see? And there was a strong thread that came through honoring our water heritage, all right, one of my wishes, and honoring the Ho-Chunk, who were so instrumental, and this has been their land for centuries and centuries and eons, longer than any of us have been there. So I'm like, okay, we are set. We are going to honor our water heritage and our Ho-Chunk heritage. I grew up on an Indian reservation in northern Wisconsin, an Ojibwa reservation, Lac du Flambeau. So I have tons of friends, native friends, and the one thing I didn't want to have as part of this legacy is to screw up honoring the Ho-Chunk Nation. So as I talked to the artists, I said, I really want a strong identification with the Ho-Chunk, but we need, none of us, I think it's appropriate to decide what should be on this mural. So we need to get involvement from the Ho-Chunk. So Ken Whitehorse and the Whitehorse family, who've been so supportive of Monona over the years, Ken said, oh, I'm busy, but okay, I'll take a look. If you don't have a lot of meetings, we'll get together. Ken came for one 2-hour meeting, and I promised we'd never go that long again, but said, we're into this. And as you'll hear in other discussions today, what evolved from those interviews. So from the bottom of my heart, I so want to thank the Whitehorse family, the siblings, the nieces, the nephews, Deb, who shared their home and everything behind here. There is not a brushstroke on this mural that does not have a story behind it, and you'll get some of that story. It's also displayed on the plaque over there. So that brought it up to paint time, and I'm going to defer to the artist to talk about that. But again, from the bottom of my heart, I could not be prouder. What a great city we live in, what a great community we live in, and what great friends and neighbors I have. And all I ask is next time you're passing through Ireland, I have my address and some cards here. Come find me. I know a great pub. So thank you again. And continuing in terms of the involvement in the history of the Ho-Chunk on this land, I'd like to now introduce from the Ho-Chunk Nation, Missy Tracy. Missy?
Thank you, Mayor Bob. And I'd like to ask my relatives and my elders and my male relatives to forgive me for speaking in front of you. I'd like to greet each and every one of you a good afternoon. My name is Missy Tracy. I'm the Municipal Relations Coordinator at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison. My Ho-Chunk name is Wanikchoinga, which means bluebird. My family is from the Eagle Clan. Ken Whitehorse so graciously asked me to speak today regarding our Ho-Chunk history in the Daejeop region, for which I am truly honored to do. I have been asked to speak to the significance of the mural, so I'd like to give a very brief history lesson. I learned about our history in the traditional way that is passed down from generation to generation from my Nani Mary. And Nani in Ho-Chunk means mother. She was my mother's sister. My parents were Rosanna Whitey Brandon and Miles Brandon, who is an Alaskan native. But I was raised by our Ho-Chunk families, our extended families, and our relationship, our kinship system is very a huge part of our life. So we're all related, but I had the privilege of growing up with my grandparents, my Choka John Whitey and my Gaga Florence Hall Whitey and my Nani Mary, who has taught me everything that I know about our Ho-Chunk culture and our history. She was an elite elder and one of the original officers, and also was an original author of our Ho-Chunk Nation Constitution. So, our Ho-Chunk is a spiritual name meaning great or sacred voice. Our Ho-Chunk ancestors inhabited this area around 11,000 years ago. Non-native people have been here for 3% of that time. We are descendants of the effigy mound builders, AD 700 to 1100. Before the invasion of our homelands in the 19th century, over 10,000 Ho-Chunks occupied more than 10 million acres of land in Wisconsin and northern Illinois. Ho-Chunk were gatherers, hunters who moved regularly for sustainability to find resources and made their homes among greenery and water in the beautiful and abundant ecosystem found in Monona. This is a testament to our resiliency. Our Ho-Chunk people are determined survivors. Game was plentiful, such as deer and muskrat, and forests provided edible plants, and many lakes and wetlands provided habitat for fish, waterfowl, and aquatic mammals. The Ho-Chunk people settled in the hallowed land of their ancestors, the effigy mound builders, who gave cultural and spiritual meaning to the natural landscape. Much of this is represented in this mural. 4 lakes in Ho-Chunk, Daejeop, our Ho-Chunk people call this region the Daejeop region. And what that means is Dae meaning lake and Jeop is 4, so the 4 lakes region. But specifically, Lake Monona is known to Ho-Chunks as Teepee Lake. Also, the wetlands, animals, and lush vegetation, mounds, and a chipurake, the wigwam that is depicted here in this mural. My mother actually was raised in a chipurake and slept on a dirt floor along with her 9 other brothers and sisters. So we're not talking about people that are many generations before us. It is as close to us as our parents and our grandparents. My mother's first language was Ho-Chunk. Also in here, I've been told that the weaving of the reeds was to symbolize Ho-Chunk basket making. Ho-Chunk basket making was an economic support and sustenance for many Ho-Chunks, including my grandfather. Monona has been home to the Whitehorse family for as long as my parents and grandparents have told me, as they remembered. And as I said, the relationship, the kinship system is very important to our people. My great-grandmother was Alice Airy Winishik Hall, who was married to Joseph King of Thunder, Joseph Hall. And they had Alice Airy Winishik Hall had Bell Hall and Florence Hall, and Bell had Annie Green Crow Whitehorse. And then she had all of her children, Walter, Harry, Alberta, Helen, Paul, and Mildred. So with our Ho-Chunk kinship system, Annie Green Crow would have been my nanny, and then Walter, Harry, Alberta, Helen, and Paul and Mildred are my brothers and my sisters. So these are my Ho-Chunk relatives. And I just would like to acknowledge the Whitehorse family that's here today. There's Greg Whitehorse, whose father is Harry Whitehorse, that is depicted in the mural. Cher Lobmeyer, Judy Whitehorse, Greg's daughter Trista. I saw Harley and Cher's son Vince and her grandson Jaden. Please forgive me if I'm Brenda. I'm sorry, Brenda is also here, and Dennis is also here. And then we also have other relatives here. I saw Janice Rice and Karen Lincoln Michelle. And then our Ho-Chunk Nation singers and dancers, as well as I have White Eagle Relations here, Jennifer White Eagle, and her daughter, Lily. She will also be dancing. So there have been many Ho-Chunks here to come out and support this effort, and I'd like to say thank you to all of my relatives. So celebrating cultural arts, poetry, music, dance, and art is crucial for communities, as everyone can appreciate. That is what this mural has done for our community. Harry Whitehorse, a Ho-Chunk elite elder and world-renowned artist, knows that. I'm happy that the Whitehorse family helped guide the design of the mural. Veterans are revered among our Ho-Chunk people. Many of our veterans served in our armed forces even before they were considered United States citizens. And that didn't happen until the Indian Citizenship Act on June 2nd of 1924. Thank you for acknowledging Harry Whitehorse, World War II veteran, for his service to his country and his talent by including his portrait in this mural. It is most appropriate as he is a warrior and long-standing member of this community. Also included in today's cultural celebration, you will get to see all of the pageantry of our culture with the Ho-Chunk Nation singers and dancers. So in conclusion, I'd like to thank you, Mayor Bob, for having this wonderful thought and for always showing great respect to our Ho-Chunk people. What a great legacy to leave us with. It has been an honor to know and work with you. Thank you for honoring the Aboriginal people of the Dajope region, our Ho-Chunk people. And at this time, I'd like to invite Elliot Funmaker Sr. and Mayor Bob Miller up to the podium.
Mr. Ex-Mayor, our Mayor, on behalf of the Ho-Chunk Nation, we want to offer this gift to you, and I'm going to place it upon you. It is so when you're in Ireland having fun over there, you'll have something to cover up with in the winter time. So at this time, we want to present this with you with a Pendleton blanket.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, and I have now been asked to introduce our next speaker, Rebecca Fox Blair.
Hello, my name's Rebecca Fox Blair, and I'm the Executive Director from the Monona Grove Liberal Arts Charter School for the 21st Century, aka MG21. We're Monona Grove's project-based high school. I will feel forever grateful that on that fall day when Mayor Bob and Sharon Kilfoy of Dama wandered into NG21 unexpectedly during classes and asked me if I would like to be part of this mural project that they were working on, I said absolutely. What makes project-based learning really work are real-life, meaningful projects which connect to students' lives and make our community a better place. The opportunity for our school and students to participate in this mural project from start to finish was amazing. Our students met with the planning team to discuss initial ideas, reviewed Rhea's initial artwork, and gave feedback, painted on the mural, helped facilitate other groups painting the mural, and we even had one student who helped install the mural. And Alicia and Amita, the lead artists, were so gracious and so patient and so welcoming that they made all of our students feel like they could participate and contribute, whether they were first-time artists or avid painters. So thank you. The sense of purpose and ownership that our students felt over these past few weeks as the mural has gone up here has been powerful. Every day, someone would come back from lunch and comment on the progress, how beautiful they thought it was, and how they could not believe that they had had the chance to be part of this project. We want to thank everyone who helped make this opportunity possible for our students, especially Sharon and Bob for thinking of us and including us right from the start, and April Little with the City of Monona for her commitment to public art. We hope to do more projects with you, as well as the Monona Grove School District, who gave us space to house and work on the mural. I'd like to introduce Kat Arnold, who was our student leader on the mural, who'd also like to say a few words.
So working on this mural has been a great opportunity for not just me, but all the students at MG21, and being able to watch students who haven't painted at all in their lives be able to paint and then leave a mark on Monona and leave a beautiful mark on Monona has been just an amazing thing to watch and go through, and being able to participate in this, I just absolutely love it, and I just give thanks to everybody who's been here to help us do this. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we'll hear from Mark Frere of Dane County Arts.
Good afternoon. Thank you so very much. What an honor it is to be here. What an honor it is to be at the dedication. And what an honor it is for me to be Director of Dane County Cultural Affairs, also known as Dane Arts. Thank you, County Executive Joe Parisi, for believing in the work that I do, for understanding that I want to use art as a tool to make our community stronger, better, and more engaged for healthy reasons, because I believe art heals, and art is the answer to our racial inequities and our achievement gap and all the problems and social ills that we face. I believe art is the answer. County Parisi is generally at all our dedications, but today his daughter graduates, so we said, okay, you don't have to come. Thank you to Hallman Lindsay Paints. Hallman Lindsay Paints has been amazing to be able to donate paint for 24 murals that we have to date around the county. Hallman Lindsay Paints has always been there, and I cannot help but thank them enough. Rebecca, thank you so much for all that you do for us. We will continue to do as many murals as is possible. The EVU Foundation that increased their funds to Dane Arts based on a lot of the work that we're currently doing. Madison Community Foundation. These foundations have helped sustain what we're trying to achieve because it costs money. Art isn't cheap, art costs money. And I want to thank the community for their engagement and participating in this process, but of course, the very people that I love so much, the artists that work with Dane Arts, Alicia, Sharon, Amita, Veronica, Jeannie, Amy, Rhea, this is just amazing. These are 7 brilliant artists that work on art nearly every day, and they are so committed to the work because it's about community engagement. When Sharon and I met in 2015 to think of this idea of coming up with a mural project, I initially wanted to call it Dane Arts Mural Program, but DAMP didn't quite have the same panache as Dama. And ironically enough, Dama translated from Spanish to English means powerful woman. And I gotta tell you, these artists, all women, extremely powerful, extremely brilliant, and extremely direct with me about what works and what doesn't. So I owe it to all you artists for the work that you do. And the county saw that this was so important, they gave us a building now. a firehouse off of Stoughton Road in which to house the artists to do this mural work, an 18 by 40 foot wall to project on. It's been amazing. So we're really grateful for that ability, and I know the County Board of Supervisors support what we're trying to do, but I really am thankful for County Parisi for believing in what I think is important for our communities. Dane Arts and Dama is about community engagement. It's not so much about the art, it's the tool by which we do this work. Theater, dance, performance, music, multidisciplinary, literary. It is about the work that we do to get communities to come together. We can answer the question of how can we make Madison and Dane County stronger and better. I say it's through the arts. Art changes lives. You'll hear some of our videos and go to our webpage at danearts.muralarts.org, and you'll hear the children explain some of the things that they've gone through and experienced. I've never done this before. I can't wait to do this again. I can't wait till I bring my children to see this. I asked one young teenager, "You have children?" She said, "No, but when I do, I'm going to bring them to see the mural." That is what tells you about hope and what art can do. Art is transformative in the lives of the communities with whom we work. So I really appreciate all of you being out here today. I really appreciate you coming up to the wall and touching it. And I really appreciate that we were given the chance with Bob Miller, even though I kept needling him, saying, "Come on, Bob, let's go." He finally agreed, and he came up with a brilliant suggestion. So I appreciate all the time that you have given for us to make this happen. But it's not cheap. This mural cost about $23,000, $10,000 from the city of Monona, thank you, $10,000 from my office, but we're about $3,000 short. So dig deep, folks. Find us somebody that can answer the $3,000 that we do need really to satisfy this, and I'd be so appreciative. But we'll do this work regardless because it's about creating art and creating community. So thank you so very much for your time today. I have the honor of introducing Mr. Funmaker and the Ho-Chunk singers and dancers. Thank you.
One of the first things that we always do as the Ho-Chunk Nation is that we always offer a prayer. So at this time, oh Monona, Creator, please look upon us as we are here today for a good cause. May our minds be one and pure as we try to extend our hand to our visitors and to all of the other people that are here. Let us keep an eye on the ones that cannot be here, that are bedridden, in the hospitals, maybe incarcerated, homebound. Keep an eye on our loved ones for us, Creator. And as we have these other, our homes, may you keep them in order. So at this time, please look over us in a good way. Ahu. So it's always customary that we offer a prayer to the Creator and thank Him for all of the things that been bestowed upon us. And so as we got everything kind of situated for our little dance performance here, we always have our first encounter with the Europeans was in the 1600s, and it happened at a place called Mogashush. And that place is up in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And during our first meeting, we had to communicate with each other through sign language. And so to where we're at right now, where all you got to do is pick up a phone and dial in a couple numbers, and you can speak any language or understand any language. But the Ho-Chunk language isn't on that app, so you guys are going to have to go to language class. So it's always customary that we do our biddings, try to extend our hand. So at this time, we're going to be going with our first dance, which is called the Grand Entry. So at this time, the Grand Entry. How about a round of applause for these guys? At this time, I'm going to ask you to please rise. It is always customary that we honor our flag, even though we don't have a flag here right now. We always have one. And in the mirror right there, you'll see that the Eagle staff is Ho-Chunk flag along with all the other native flags. So at this time, we're going to render a Ho-Chunk flag song. We will sing Johnny, Ho-Johnny. 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 Hey, hi, hey, hi. We will sing Johnny, Ho-Johnny. Ho-Chunk mana pe wa sho say hello. We will sing Johnny, Ho-Johnny. Hey, hi, Also, it's customary that we honor our veterans. Without our veterans, we would not be able to enjoy our freedom here. And so at this time, we're going to render one of our Ho-Chunk veteran songs. All right, you may be seated. Thank you very much for that. Again, going with customs, it is always customary that we honor our visitors. Since we have a lot of visitors here, and the Ho-Chunk Nation is the host tribe here today, our first song tonight will be dedicated to all of our visitors here. And it's called the Friendship Dance. And as these people dance, or the dancers dance around our arena here, they'll be forming two circles that represent love and friendship. The Friendship Dance. Ahoo! At this time, I'm going to ask our traditional dancers to come on out here. We have two of them. We got a mother and a son team. Got Justice Green and Mary Funmaker, and then they're going to be demonstrating the traditional style. We're going to start with the ladies first. Ho-Chunk women applique. You'll see the feather up on top representing. They get that from their male relative who has been in actual combat. The red tip signs that they've been in actual combat and life has been taken in the battle. That represents that over there. We wear these feathers to honor the enemy's life that we had to take in order to preserve our way of life. Go ahead and turn around. In the back there, they have a barrette. Got a bowl back there, a ribbon bowl. They have a hair tie, hair wrap there, and then they have the ribbons and some beadwork on the back, a pache. Then go ahead and turn back around. They have the blouse going on there. Beautiful looking earrings, awesome looking glasses too. And then I have got a nice looking brooch on there. And then they have a lot of shells, beads, all kinds of beautiful stuff going on there. A lot of jewelry going on there, a lot of bling. She got a little purse there too with her, maybe her cell phones in there to check it out. And then she's got her fan to kind of cool herself down or hide behind it, or, you know, cover the shade. She also got a yarn belt on. It's underneath the blouse there. And then her dress there, she's got an applique design dress. So we take a picture of a rose. We'll put the mirror effect in there and then put it on a design and then put it accordingly to the dress and then put the design on the bottom. That front part you see right there is called a panel. Then on the bottom, you'll see that she's got the Ho-Chunk style moccasins going on there, and then she'll be dancing in scrubbing action, keeping low to Mother Earth. She's the life givers, and so I give her a lot of respect. Justice over here, he's got his men's traditional outfit, Northern Plain style. Up on top, you got the eagle feathers. I can tell you how you get those. He's got what's head roaches on there. That's made from porcupine guard hair. He's got a scalp stick sticking in there with the eagle plumes sticking out the side there. He got a headband. He's got a otter bandana going on there, and then bandolero, that's what it's called. Excuse me. Anyway, he's got the breastplate. The breastplate and the choker is a form of body armor. When you get stabbed, that it'll deflect off of there. You get shot in the neck with the arrow, it'll deflect that, and it also hide your hickeys too. So it also helps out there. Then he's got a nice looking shirt going on there. He's got cuffs. He's got a war club there for all you little guys that don't want to behave. And then he's got a fan to fan himself down. Got a beaded belt going on there, side drops. He's very proud of his regalia. He made all of it on his own. So he didn't go to online to go on Amazon.com, or didn't go over here to Walmart or any of this. So he had to make it. So we all have to make our own. And then he's got his beaded leg bands going on there with a lot of fringe, bells, and goat hair along with his moccasins. Go ahead and turn around. Traditional style is one bustle in the back, and that bustle is made out of eagle wings. We cannot shoot any around it. We have to apply for them. We got to fill out 2,500 pages of paperwork, just like everybody else does here. So we have to get the permit for the eagle feathers. Okay, then he's got a trailer in the back there, and these guys will be dancing a traditional style with the traditional dancers. Ahoo! The medicine dress is a Anishinaabe ceremonial dress that has been passed down, and so to this day, a sickness fell upon a tribe, and as the people started dying in the tribe, a young lady got a vision, and she was instructed how to make this dress. So we used sacred tobacco and put it in a tobacco tie, and it was sewn onto this dress. And these ladies had to be spiritually enhanced. They had to conduct themselves in a very spiritual manner, and that they were instructed how to dance in the arena here. And so the song was given to the drum. The medicine man came up and said the proper prayers. The dance was done, and then the sickness passed. And so now we go up to it evolved into the jingle dress dance. And this is the contemporary style of the medicine dress. So up on top, Destiny's got the eagle plumes going on. She's got a beautiful headband on there. And then she's got her hair wrapped up, tied up, wrapped up, and she's got otter fur. And then she's got some beadwork there. And then she's got a necklace with beadwork, all matching stuff. And then a beautiful looking dress. And then she's got a belt going on there with conchos on there. And then she's got her boots on with their moccasins. And those are very awesome looking, yep. And then she's got a very beautiful looking fan there. And she said she's glad that she's out of school, so that's another good thing. And then I'm gonna bring out our grass dancers at this time. The grass dancers would come into the arena, there'd be 4 of them, and they would clear the arena out because the grass was growing. And back then we didn't have a maintenance department, and these guys had to stomp down the grass. And so these guys had to be pure, take with God and physically able to do all of this. And they're the first ones to come into the arena, and then their regalia outfit would have the sacred tobacco ties along with long pieces of grass sewn onto the regalia. Now it's a contemporary style, as you see here. You'll see that the feathers up are on top. I told you how the feathers came about, and I told you, and then now they have a head roach on that's made out of porcupine guard hair. The color part that you see is from the white-tailed deer. It's dyed. Everything's all woven into one headpiece, and then the beadwork. Back in the day, you know, we work with what we have, and nowadays we get the best of all of these the beads and everything like that. So anytime that we can get a hand on the most awesome stuff, we will use it in our regalia outfit. So all of the stuff here that these guys' mother made, and then they have their regalia outfit, their shirts, their breechcloth, their leggings. And then, so we talked about the long pieces of grass and the tobacco ties. So you see the fringes that they have on there with the ribbons. That's what that represents. And then they have their belt. They got their side drops. They got the bells on the bottom, and they have goat hair. And then they have their moccasins, and they have a dance stick. And they'll be dancing around here like a blade of grass blown in the wind with both the women's jingle and the men's grass dance. Oh, take it away. We'll do Lillian first, David. You guys will do separate. Miss White Eagle here is women's fancy shawl. It's a very contemporary style, very fast-paced. These ladies here can run a couple miles, like what I mean, a couple miles, 20 miles, and be able to go home and take care of whatever she needs to take care of. Very good shape. Up on top, told you about the eagle feather. This particular feather that she has up on top is a center feather, and it's the most sought after feather out of the whole eagle. We use the eagle. It carries our thoughts and our prayers to the Creator. It flies the highest. It's the most majestic, and so that feather that we use on there is we use it a lot. And so she's got a beaded bow on her head there. She's got plumes floating around there, earrings. Her hair is wrapped up, tied up. Got wraps on there, beadwork on there. Very beautiful. Got a dress. It's awesome. Got an awesome looking belt going on there. Her beaded boots and her moccasins going on there. And then go to turn around. Her shawl itself is very awesome looking, very eye-catching, and she'll be floating around here like a butterfly, really ready to take off, and a lot of fringe going on here. So at this time, the women's fancy shawl. How about that, folks? That brings us up to the men's feather fancy dance, one of the crowd favorite. These guys here, they come back, the origins come from the Wild West show. And so these guys did not want to dance traditional, did not want to dance grass. They wanted to check their traps early in the morning and go run a couple 100 miles maybe, and we'll chase a couple women around too, I guess. And then up on top, they got their eagle feathers going on there. And then he's got what's called a rocker. And as he shakes his head, it'll be rocking in time with the beat of the drum here. He's got his head roach going on there. He's got an awesome looking headband going on there. Everything's tied on tight. And he's got his handkerchief going on there. Awesome looking yoke going on there. Beadwork. Arm bustles, he uses those, move those around. He's got his cuffs along with his dance sticks. He'll be whipping those around here. Then he's got his belt, side drops, beaded bridge cloth, a lot of fringe going on there. His bells, Zangora goat hair, along with his moccasins on the bottom there. Go ahead, turn around. He's got two bustles. Now, fancy dancers will have very colorful style. A lot of everything is just eye popping, and got a rainbow color action going on there. A lot of streamers kind of floating around there, and he's going to be dancing up a storm here. He might even get a traffic ticket for dancing so fast here. So at this time, we present the men's feather fancy dance. I used to dance just a little bit faster than that back in the day. Our dancers are gonna ask you to dance here. We're gonna do what is called a two-step. But before I do that, I wanna talk about, you guys can go find your partner. If a dancer comes up to you and you refuse to dance with them, you gotta pay that dancer $20. We don't take credit cards or checks. So, these guys will come out there. I'm gonna talk about the drum while we're doing this. Without our drum, we would not be able to do anything. The drum is made out of a rawhide. We get a drum base, and back in the day they used to get a tree, they used to hollow it out with tomahawk and used to burn out the middle, used to clean up the sides, and then we'd get the hides of the animal, we would scrape off the hair, put that into the water, and we would cut that hide round, and we would cut lace with that. As you cut the lace, then you'd get everything, get it out of the water, and you would string up the drum. And so the drum was, everybody used to use hand drums, and then the big drum came around, and they call it the peace drum. So it was given from the Creator to all of us, and so we use that instead of going and fighting each other. So now we have a lot of powwows kind of going on. So at this time, we're going to be doing the two-step. It's a follow the leader dance, and going to have a lot of fun. And if we have got room for a couple more, where's our? It's already in there, Mayor.
No, where's that? The other one. Where's the other mayor at? Where's she at?
Mary.
Yeah, Mary, come on over here. She's trying to weasel out here. You see that? Let's see. Where's that guy? That guy that's representing the culture, the paint guy. Come on up here. Yeah, you. Yeah. All right, all I gotta do is follow the leader here, okay? Man, guy, man, or man, girl, man, girl. Okay, here we go. Somebody quiet that baby down over there.
He's mad because he didn't get a chance to dance. Damn, nobody picked him. I know how that feels. Rejected. This last dance that we're gonna do for you is called the intertribal. We're gonna ask whoever can come out here to fill up our circle here. And before I do that, I just kind of want to introduce our dancers. Our head male dancer tonight, Mr. Justice Green. We have a birthday boy here today, Mr. Ryan Funmaker's 11 years old. Old dog, anyway. Damien Funmaker. David Cleveland. Our head female dancer today is Mrs. Mary Funmaker. Destiny Rain Whitecloud. And of course, Lillian White Eagle. And the head drummer today, Mr. Gabriel Funmaker. And Wamini Funmaker. My name is Elliot Funmaker Sr. It was a pleasure being your MC today. I hope that you learned something today. One of the things that I wanted to touch on before we leave is that there's a lot of stuff that's kind of going on throughout the country here. One of the things is that we take care of our own community and we make sure and we police our area over here. We wouldn't have a lot of the problems that are going on around in this nation of ours. And so as saying that, it's saying a lot. But also in the community, you need to learn how to learn and love one another. So at this time, I'm going to ask you to come on out and join us in the intertribal.